Have you ever seen a cat freeze at the window, then suddenly chirp at a bird like something wild just woke inside? That tiny chirp sounds cute, but it usually appears during one of the most intense hunting moments an indoor cat can experience. The sound is not random noise, and it is not a silly habit caused by boredom beside the glass at all either. When a bird moves outside, the cat brain instantly shifts from relaxed house pet mode into sharp prey tracking mode for survival again. You can often see the change before the chirp appears because the eyes lock hard and the whole body turns precise suddenly. The cat may crouch lower, hold still, twitch the tail tip, and stare with a level of focus that looks almost eerie. That frozen posture matters, because a hunter saves movement before a possible pounce, keeping every muscle ready without wasting energy too early. Then the mouth starts making small, quick motions, and the strange chirping sound slips out like pressure escaping a sealed instinct inside. Many people think the cat is talking to the bird, but the sound is closer to hunting arousal than social communication there. It is less like a greeting and more like the nervous system flooding with focus, excitement, and blocked predatory intention all at once. In other words, your cat is not becoming silly at the window. It is becoming extremely serious in a very cat way. Domestic cats still carry ancient hunting circuits, even after generations of sleeping on cushions, eating daily meals, and living safely indoors today. A bird outside the window activates those circuits fast. Yeah, because birds move in bursts that perfectly fit a small predator's attention system. They hop, flutter, pause, dart, and change direction suddenly, creating exactly the kind of unpredictable motion that hunting brains love to follow. Even a well-fed indoor cat can react this way, because prey drive is not erased by a full bowl or comfort alone. Hunger can increase hunting intensity, but the chirp often appears even when the cat has already eaten and should feel satisfied physically. What matters most is the trigger, and few triggers are stronger than visible prey that seems close enough to catch right now. The problem is that the cat cannot complete the hunt, because the bird is outside and the barrier cannot be crossed physically. That is where the chirp becomes especially interesting, because it often appears in the gap between strong desire and blocked action itself. The body seems ready to spring, the eyes stay locked, but the final leap never happens, and tension starts collecting inside quietly. Some behavior experts think the chirp is partly frustration, a sound produced when the hunting system is activated but cannot finish cleanly. Other experts suggest it may be a kind of motor overflow, where intense prey focus spills into jaw movement and vocal bursts. Those ideas are not enemies, because a cat can be both intensely excited and intensely blocked at the exact same moment there. The chirp may be the sound of a predator system pushing forward, while the physical world keeps saying not now to it. That also explains why the sound often comes in short bursts, because the cat is tracking motion second by second very closely. Each little chirp can follow each little movement, almost like the mouth is trying to keep pace with the prey outside there. Watch closely, and you may notice tiny head corrections, quick jaw twitches, and body tension rising with every flap or hop outside. The chirp is not proof that the cat is calm, and it is definitely not proof that the cat is relaxed either. It usually appears when attention is intensely narrow, muscles are preparing underneath stillness, and instinct is taking control of behavior again internally. That is why the moment feels so fascinating to owners, because the house cat suddenly stops looking domestic and starts looking ancient. For a second, the soft pet on the windowsill reveals the same predatory wiring that once helped wildcats survive outdoors alone. The cutest part of the sound can fool people, because its smallness hides just how serious the internal state really is inside. A chirp may sound light, but inside the cat, there is often a heavy concentration of visual focus, muscle readiness, and drive. This is also why many cats chirp most at birds, because birds combine speed, distance, stop-start motion,
Chirp.
and irresistible prey shaped perfectly.
Buzz.
Insects
Chirp.
can trigger similar
Chirp.
sounds too, especially when they buzz, dart, or hover in ways that keep the predator brain busy tracking. But birds behind glass create a special kind of torment, because the cat can see every detail while remaining completely unable to act. The prey feels near, the body prepares, the nervous system commits, and then the barrier interrupts the ending over and over again. That repeated interruption may be one reason the chirp can sound urgent, clipped, or slightly shaky instead of smooth and gentle normally. It is the sound of activation without resolution, a hunt beginning strongly but getting stuck before the final physical answer arrives outside. That unfinished feeling is important because predators are built to follow sequences, and broken sequences create tension inside the system they use. Even when no leap happens, the cat still receives part of the hunting reward simply by tracking, predicting, and preparing carefully anyway. That is why some cats stay glued to the window long after the bird moves away or disappears from sight entirely outside. The nervous system does not switch off instantly because the body has already entered a state of elevated expectation and readiness there. Sometimes the cat keeps scanning, ears forward, eyes searching, as if hoping the hunt might restart at any second nearby again soon. That lingering tension tells you the chirp was not a joke, but part of a complete predatory state unfolding inside the cat. And yet, the sound still feels adorable to us, because human ears hear something tiny while missing the ancient context behind it. We hear a funny noise, but the cat is expressing a moment where instinct, attention, and physical limitation collide hard together inside. That collision is exactly what makes chirping so memorable, because it shows two versions of the cat at once so clearly there. One version is the pampered indoor companion who naps peacefully. On and the other is the focused hunter still living underneath that softness. The chirp is the sound of that hidden hunter pressing briefly through the soft, everyday life of a house pet inside today. It also reminds us that domestication changed the cat's lifestyle more than it changed the ancient wiring inside its brain at all. A warm bed can satisfy comfort, and a full bowl can satisfy hunger, but neither removes the thrill of prey motion completely. So when your cat chirps at a bird, you are hearing an old survival program spark beneath modern domestic routine for seconds. You are also seeing how powerful visual prey cues remain, even in animals who have never hunted for their dinner outside before. The instinct does not need a forest, hunger, or hardship to appear. It only needs the right moving trigger in view nearby. And once that trigger appears, the cat can shift from lounging to locked-on predator in only a few seconds, very fast indeed. That sudden shift is part of why chirping feels mysterious, because the transformation happens right in front of us so quickly. A second earlier, the cat looked sleepy and harmless, and then one glimpse of wings turned everything sharp inside that body instantly. That is not fake drama created by owners. It is a real demonstration of how deeply hunting patterns remain preserved in cats. Even the jaw movement may matter, because some researchers think it reflects the body preparing for the bite that would follow capture. Others compare the sound to an overflow response, where too much hunting arousal spills out through the mouth and voice channels suddenly. We cannot ask the cat which explanation is perfect, but both ideas point toward the same, deeper truth beneath it all here. The chirp happens when prey focus becomes so intense that the whole body starts organizing around a hunt about to happen there. That is why the sound can feel thrilling, funny, and slightly eerie at the same time to human watchers nearby too today. You are hearing something small, but you are witnessing a large internal state that belongs to a serious predator inside your cat. That does not mean your cat is unhappy indoors, and it does not mean the home has failed the cat at all. It means the cat is still a cat, carrying natural responses that appear whenever the right pattern lights them up inside quickly. A safe indoor life protects the body, but it does not erase the old software written into predatory attention systems at all. That is why good enrichment matters, and especially for cats who stare, chirp, and vibrate with hunting energy at windows every single day. Wand toys, chase games, and climbing spaces can give part of that predatory sequence a safe place to land indoors without frustration. When cats can stalk, chase, spring, and catch and play, their bodies get a more complete answer to instinct at home too. That will not remove chirping forever, because birds will still be birds, but it can balance the energy inside the cat. Owners sometimes laugh at the sound, and laughing is natural, but the better response is also noticing what it reveals about instinct. That tiny chirp tells you your cat is not pretending to hunt. It is genuinely entering a hunting state in that moment. The bird may be unreachable, but the internal sequence is real, and the cat behaves as if the chance matters deeply still. That is what makes the window such a powerful stage, because it lets instinct wake up without letting action finish for real. The cat becomes caught between sight and reach, between preparation and release, and the chirp leaks out from that gap inside it. So the next time you hear that sound, do not dismiss it as random cuteness with no deeper meaning behind it whatsoever.
Chirp!
You are listening to excitement, concentration, blocked motion, and ancient predatory wiring all compressed into one tiny voice from your cat there. Few sounds reveal the secret life of a domestic cat as clearly as that strange little chatter at birds outside the window. It is proof that comfort and wildness can live in the same body without canceling each other at all inside one cat. The cushion, the sunlight, and the daily meals are real, but so is the hunter waiting under them all along inside still. That is why chirping fascinates us so much, because it lets us hear the meeting point between pet and predator so clearly. It sounds adorable, but its roots reach down into focus, pursuit, tension, and the unfinished math of a hunt beneath it. And maybe that is the real magic of cats. They can look soft while carrying an old hunter's reflex deep inside themselves always. The chirp is a crack in the domestic surface, where that old world briefly becomes audible to anyone listening very closely nearby. For one moment, the living room disappears, and the cat is emotionally closer to the hunt than to the sofa beside it. That does not make the cat cruel. It makes the cat honest about the biology still living inside domestic calm today too. So when that chirp appears, you are not just hearing a cute sound, you are hearing instinct break the surface again briefly. And that may be the clearest proof that an indoor cat can live comfortably inside your home while never stopping being a hunter.